All right, welcome to the news desk here at Pro Tour Fate Reforged. I'm your host, Rich Hagan. I'm delighted to be joined by two very important people from inside Wizards of the Coast. Magic brand director, Mr. Mark Purvis. Mark, great to have you with us. Thanks for being here.
Great to be here.
And someone who I imagine you already recognise from the coverage, Ian Duke. Let's find out a little bit about you, first of all. Ian, tell us, what do you do for a living when you're not here?
Well, so originally I'm a former Pro Tour Magic player from New York. Since then, I've gone on to join Wizards R&D in the development group, so we focus on the final stages of design and balancing the cards. And since then, I've also joined the coverage team here this weekend.
All right, and how about you, Mark?
Well, I've been a Magic player since Revised, and I've been playing for a long time, but I've been working at Wizards of the Coast for about 7 years on the brand team.
So give us a sort of state of the union, if you will. What state is Magic in right now?
It's an amazing time to be a Magic player. There are more people playing Magic now than ever before in Magic's history, and we're talking about an almost 22-year history at this point.
Right.
And there's so much to look forward to. I mean, we just released Fate Reforged, where Sarkhan Vol goes back in time and changes the history of Tarkir. And so at the end of March, we're going to see some of the impact of what he's done on Tarkir when we release Dragons of Tarkir. And then at the end of May, the last weekend of May, we're planning an event unlike anything we've ever done before with Magic. And we're calling it Grand Prix Modern Masters Weekend. It's going to be 3 tournaments in 3 different cities. And it's going to take place in Utrecht, Netherlands, Chiba, Japan, and Las Vegas, Nevada in the United States. And players will be able to play with the brand new Modern Masters 2015 cards in those tournaments. And there's a chance this is going to be the biggest face-to-face gaming event in history. It's certainly going to be the biggest event in Magic history.
I can't wait.
Yes, it is going to be amazing.
Yes.
But there's something more that you're here to tell us about.
Yes, so I think everyone that works on Magic at Wizards of the Coast is really excited about the set release coming out in July.
Okay.
And that's really the reason that Ian and I are here, is to talk about that.
All right, so let's go back a year. Mark Rosewater, he posts an article on the Mothership and he says, this is going to be the last core set. Magic's moving to a release schedule of 2 sets per block and 2 blocks per year. This is known information. Now, a lot of fans, because they're busy thinking, are going, well, look, if this is the last core set, why not call it Omega? Because the first was Alpha, limited edition Alpha, then you've got your bookending it, Alpha and Omega. It's the end of the core sets, right, Ian?
Well, not exactly. So I was on both the design and the development teams for the set. And from an R&D perspective, rather than an end, we actually view this set as a new beginning. As you mentioned, Rich, it's a new beginning as a way to segue into the new release schedule, new block structure that we have coming up. But it's also a new beginning in terms of storyline. This is the beginning where we'll start to tell very coherent, in-depth stories about our characters and carry those out over story arcs across multiple sets.
This is really a monumental moment in our Planeswalkers stories. The story that we tell in this set is going to impact the way we talk about our Planeswalker characters for years to come. I think we've probably teased it enough. We should probably introduce this summer's Magic set. So this summer set release, I keep saying summer, sorry to our Southern Hemisphere friends. This July set release is going to be called Magic Origins. It's going to be released on July 17th, and then it will be out on Magic Online on July 27th. So let's take a look at the expansion logo and the set symbol.
That's fantastic. Now, I can't help but notice that that expansion symbol is very different from previous core sets.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can see here this expansion symbol. It's a Planeswalker symbol sort of breaking the horizon, and that's symbolic of how the set is really infused with the story behind these characters, and that really influenced the design of the set.
Now, as different as this set is, there are things that we do for every Magic set release. So for example, we're going to have set celebration events, pre-release, launch weekend, and game day events at thousands of stores worldwide, where you're going to be able to learn more about the Planeswalker origin stories. I think we have a slide with some key dates for those events.
Yeah, so let's see where we're heading with these. There you see on your screen July 11, 12 for the pre-release, working your way through July with the release when it hits the streets. Launch weekend is that weekend, then game day into August. And don't forget, Magic Online players, July 27th is the big online release date for you.
And these are going to be events you definitely don't want to miss. And if you aren't already playing in a Magic store or don't already have a Magic community, you can go to magicthegathering.com and check out our store locator. You can type in our address and type in your address and find a location. In all likelihood, it's going to be within driving distance, if not walking distance.
Right, for sure.
And as you're learning about these Planeswalkers origin stories, you're also going to be playing with brand new Magic cards, and there's nothing better than that.
That is for sure.
We also are going to have a Pro Tour for Magic Origins, and Pro Tour Magic Origins is going to be in Vancouver, Canada on July 31st, and that'll be the first place that you'll be able to see the top players slinging the new spells for Magic Origins. And since it is standard, there's going to be a pretty big impact for Magic Origins on that format, I think.
That is for sure. So there you can see the dates and so on for Pro Tour Magic Origins. We can't wait to go to our friends in Canada for that one. Okay, so look, we're learning about these characters. The set, it's called Origins. Does that mean we finally get to find out where Jace is from?
Oh, we certainly will, Rich, and I'm really excited about that.
Awesome.
In this set, we're going to be telling the stories of Gideon, Jace, Liliana, Chandra, and Nissa, and we'll be talking about who they are, where they came from, and how they became the Planeswalkers that you know today.
Now, that sounds great, but it also sounds like quite a hard task trying to sort of tell all that story within what we normally think of as a core set.
Yeah, that's true. There are actually more new cards in this set than previous core sets for that reason. We needed the space to be able to tell the stories about these characters and show you how they became the Planeswalkers they are today.
So you've said a lot about the stories of these characters. Can you speak a little bit more about how ways that the idea of Origins has influenced the set?
Yeah, absolutely. So we knew we were telling the story of these characters and how they became Planeswalkers, and we wanted to kind of mirror that in the design by having cards and mechanics that show the player sort of leveling up and becoming, reaching their full potential as well.
Now, you see, I heard the M word there. You said mechanics. Does that mean we get new mechanics?
Yeah, there are
Origins?
actually 2 new mechanics in this set, which is something we haven't seen in previous core sets before.
Huh.
And as a Magic fan, I don't think there's ever actually been a set where the set mechanics and the story we're telling are so elegantly linked together.
Right.
And there's this idea of these pivotal moments in our Planeswalkers' lives where their spark ignites and their lives change forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been thinking about how there's a parallel in real life. I mean, the three of us certainly wouldn't be here if we hadn't learned to play this game at some point.
For sure, absolutely.
And we hear stories from fans all the time about how Magic gets them through a tough deployment overseas, or they met their life partner through a gaming group where they both learned Magic and fell in love with each other as they were falling in love with the game. So certainly winning a Pro Tour or winning a Grand Prix is a life-changing experience as well.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
One of the other things I love about this set is that we get to see our Planeswalker characters before they are Planeswalkers. We get to see them depicted before that spark moment. And that leads me to a couple of special previews that Ian and I brought.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are 2 pieces of card art from the set.
Okay.
And the first one depicts Liliana on her home plane before she becomes a Planeswalker. So here you see Liliana in her youth when she was a healer before she became a Necromancer.
Wow.
This is a beautiful piece of artwork by Carla Ortiz. It's one of my favorite pieces in the set.
Yeah, just absolutely, absolutely stunning. But bear in mind, this set is about our Planeswalkers and how they became Planeswalkers, so we actually have a second piece of artwork to show you as well. This is closer to the Liliana that you know of now.
That's amazing. So, what I want to know, Mark, when do we get to find out what these cards are? Because that's the art. What about the cards themselves?
So we're not quite ready to reveal what cards these pieces of art belong to, but I can reveal when we're going to reveal them.
Oh, excellent.
So
Good.
on March 7th, we're going to have a panel at PAX East in Boston, and on that Magic panel, we're going to reveal the cards that these pieces of art belong to. We're also going to have a lot of previews from Dragons of Tarkir, and maybe a few other special announcements as well. So if you can't attend, or if you're not in the Boston area that weekend, don't worry, the panel will be streamed live.
Fantastic.
And we're going to be talking about a lot of cool stuff, so you're not going to want to miss it. And that's just another thing to look forward to for Magic this year. It's going to be an amazing year for Magic. And everybody at Wizards is really excited about Magic Origins, and I can't wait to see how the fans react to what R&D has cooked up for them with Magic Origins.
Well, there you have it. Thanks very much to Mark Purvis, to Ian Duke for sharing this announcement with us. Magic Origins will be the summer set release coming out on July the 17th of this year, and you will not want to miss it.